the recent circumstances. Ladies and gentlemen, these are extraordinary times. Xiaomi has friends and family all around the world. Our thoughts and our prayers are with everyone dealing with the pandemic today. Now, in these special times, I want to say that there is strength in solidarity. We are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, and flowers of the same garden. This is a quote by Seneca that we sent with our first shipment of masks to Italy. Now, we were the very first to respond to the rising needs in Italy, sending a very large shipment of masks on the 5th of March. We continued this effort, sending shipments to France and to Spain in the last couple of weeks. In Spain, these masks were received on the 18th of March and distributed to hospitals on the very same day. In France, the masks were donated to Pasteur Institute, and who are working towards a cure and organizing supply distribution. You see, when our friends are in need, there is no time to lose. We are glad that our gesture has actually inspired other companies to come out and donate. We really hope that more will do the same. More than anything, it's made us very happy to see that what we're doing is actually helping our friends. Now, thank you very much for the kind words. Please don't mention it. We consider it our duty to help. We're working very hard to get these masks to even more people around the world, and as soon as possible. Because together, we can overcome this. Now, we will not stop here. Today, Xiaomi pledges to donate 1 million masks across Europe in the shortest time frame possible. A lot of our supply is already ready and it's on its way to its destination. Now, because the virus can affect us, but we cannot let the virus defeat us. You see, without our fans, there is no Xiaomi. We have grown because of you. In fact, it was only 6 years ago that we entered the global stage. And today, we've entered more than 90 markets around the world with a top 5 smartphone market share in 45 of these markets. Now, incredibly, as of the third quarter of 2019, our overseas revenue was nearly half of Xiaomi's total revenue. Now, combining just the first 3 quarters of 2019, our revenue across overseas markets is already very, very close to $10 billion US. We should successfully cross the $10 billion mark when our Q4 results, our full year results, are announced very shortly. Now, we've achieved all these through dedication to innovation over the years. And we will continue to focus on innovation and are planning a $7 billion investment into 5G and AIoT technologies over the next 5 years. As some of you may know, Xiaomi has been active in 5G R&D for quite some time now. Now, this came to fruition last year when we launched our Mi Mix 3 5G, the world's first commercially available 5G smartphone in Spain, Barcelona in February. Now, today, I am very excited to launch 3 new 5G smartphones. Xiaomi is a company that listens. One of my favorite things to do in my downtime is to look through all the social media channels to see what our fans are saying around the world. Now, on all social media channels this last month, the number one topic was, where is the new Xiaomi flagship? Well, you asked, and we listened. So today is going to be the first global official launch of the Mi10 series. The Mi10 series is our 10th anniversary flagship series, and by far, our best to date. Now let's take a look at what this Mi10 series is all about. Thank you. Now, as I mentioned, we'll be launching not just one, but 3 5G phones today. And the first two of these are the Mi10 and the Mi10 Pro. Now, these phones have been wildly successful since our China launch in February this year. And we've been working very, very hard to bring them to our global audience as soon as possible. Now, as you may already know, the Mi10 series video performance is incredibly impressive. With 8K video recording, a host of software features, and nearly unmatched stabilization, this is a beast of a video phone. Now let's take a look at that in detail. Now the first thing that people have asked across social media channels is, why 8K? Why do I even need it? Now let me give you a sense. This is a video in full HD, the same video in 4K, and this is the full thing in 8K. Now to give you some context, 8K is an amazing 16 times bigger than full HD. Now simply put, it's just more detailed than ever before, even more than what some of the professional video equipment can record. We've also backed this groundbreaking resolution with a host of software features. Now, when you really want to keep the focus on what's important, and that's you, my dear audience, we've added portrait video. Now, simply put, this means a creamy bokeh and a very crisp foreground. It has a very cinematic feel that helps guide your viewers' eyes through the creation of picture-perfect portrait video. Isn't that beautiful? In the same vein, we've added color focus. Now, as the name implies, this means that your focus is in color and everything else is in grayscale. Now, I personally think this is super, super cool. This makes sure that your subject pops out in vibrant color, and is definitely one of my favorite features. Now, I think with this, you can get those precious likes on your social media account. Isn't it cool? And for you action seekers, I know it can be very hard to keep stable when shooting gets a little bit crazy. So we've included Shoot Steady mode, which combines optical image stabilization and software enhancements, which gives you the steadiest video possible, even in bumpy conditions. Now the difference and benefits of Shoot Steady are very clear. These two videos are shot on horseback, so somebody's literally on a horse shooting this. Now you can see the video on the left has a much more stable shot, even when shot from the back of a horse, with Shoot Steady on. And one last point on video. One of the most important things about creating content is control. So we've increased your ability to customize your camera's cinematic features with a deep pro mode. Now what is a deep pro mode? Simply put, it just gives you nearly total control of your entire shooting experience. There are a ton of features here that I won't go into detail on, but what we've done is we've posted a few short videos online that can give you a sense of what you can do to create extremely professional looking videos. Now for anyone who wants to edit, the Mi10 series can also output log mode, which maintains a huge amount of information not found in normal video files. Now for laymen like myself, this means that the editors have more access to information. It's like giving a painter more colors to choose from. Now using Pro Mode, you can create cool features like this motion blur video. You see, by dialing the shutter speed down, you can create really cool shots. This is a bit like stop motion, but with very high clarity. See, there's a very professional look to that video. So you can shoot like a pro with our pro mode. Lights, camera, action. This is the leading video phone in the 5G era. You see, we could have reached out to a professional director and spent a lot of money to show you how amazing this phone is. But instead, we think it's more important to see how this phone performs in the hands of our fans. So we've put the Mi 10 Pro in the hands of one of our Xiaomi Studios Mi creators, Louis, from the United States. Now let's take a look at a sample of what he's put together. Wow, right? Thank you, Louis. That was a really amazing video. Now, after today's presentation, we'll be sharing a full-length version of this great video, so please stay on the presentation for that. Now, Mi 10 Pro really enables you to express yourself. At launch, it achieved the world's #1 ranking on DxOMark's video score. Now, it's important to note that nearly all the capabilities are carried over from Mi 10 Pro to Mi 10. That was video, which was amazing. Now, how about still photography? The photography experience with the Mi 10 series is really, simply put, out of this world. With 108 megapixels, 10x hybrid zoom, and excellent stabilization, this is perfect for creators with a very fast-paced lifestyle. The Mi 10 series doesn't disappoint. Both features the 108 megapixel quad camera and ultra-wide lenses. So what is the difference? The Pro features high-end optical and hybrid zoom capabilities, but both really will give you an amazing photography experience. Now, of course, the 108 megapixel is the big standout here. This is really more than just a number. From a practical point of view, it gives you more detail than ever before. Again, both the Mi 10 and the Mi 10 Pro offer this. So this is not just in the ultra high-end variant. Let me show you what this can give you. Check out this photo of the 12 apostles in Australia. The photo composition varies very heavily. Now, what does that mean? It means that there is dark, varied shadows on the cliffside and bright sand, textured clouds, and dynamic waves all around the picture. You see, what Mi 10 Pro can do is capture all of them perfectly without over or underexposing any detail. And this picture are the Taranaki Mountains. I have actually personally never been there. I would love to go when travel is a little bit easier. We can see an impressive variation in shadows, contrast, and a very high level of detail in both the water and the plants. In the rear, we can still see individual curves and snow deposits on the mountainside. This is a beautiful, beautiful picture. Now, sometimes you need to capture an even bigger picture. For traditional ultra-wide lenses, people around the edges tend to get distorted. So you get a lot of this, when you take a lot of pictures with ultra-wide, people are squeezing and fighting to get to the middle because their faces on the side are disproportionate. Now, with distortion correction, please pay attention to the two gentlemen on the sides. This is without distortion correction, and this is with distortion correction. They are brought back to normal proportions. which is a very good thing, unless you want to have a picture where your face is much wider than everybody else's. Here is a shot on Mi 10 Pro's ultra-wide sensor. Now, we did not cut any corners on this sensor. It's perfect for cityscapes, with a 117 degree sensor capturing an incredible amount of color, shadow, and detail. You can see here in this picture that there's no distortion around the corners, which is the biggest problem for other ultra-wides in other flagship phones. A lot of our fans have a rich and colorful nightlife, so we need to make sure our cameras are ready in any lighting. So what we've done is we've actually enhanced our night mode so that colors and detail are captured clearer than ever before in low light. This is a shot above the Sydney Opera House in Bennelong Point, Australia. There is very little noise in the lighting. Now look at the contrast of the night sky and the fireworks, especially the fireworks that is fading in the middle of the picture. The contrast is very, very sharp, and this is an amazing picture in low light. Now, to make things simpler for you, we've also included our AI 2.0 algorithm. What this means is that with one click, we can automatically set a variety of shooting parameters for you. With no effort at all, just one click, you can get vibrant, flawless shots. Now, for me personally, this is a very important feature because I'm not very good at taking photos. So with one click, my amateur photo skills now look professional. Now, next up, let's talk about the epic zoom range. Mi 10 Pro supports up to 10x hybrid zoom and 50x digital zoom. To give you a sense of the zoom range, each of these shots were taken from exactly the same point, from 0.6x optical all the way to 50x digital. Now, I want you to pay attention to the 50x digital picture. Look at this. You can even see this person next to the house that you cannot see with your naked eye. Isn't that cool? Now, the camera package for Mi 10 series is unbeatable. Now, for Mi 10 Pro, DxOMark called it the new image quality leader at the time of launch. So how do we do this? Now, besides using the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line hardware, we also have a strong camera R&D team working to improve your experience. We have 9 centers dedicated to photo quality around the world and also beyond the globe. Now, what do I mean by this? No, I really want to clarify, we did not colonize another planet. In November, what we did was to send our 108 megapixel sensor into space alongside a satellite. Now, we called this Let's Capture Our World. Let's take a look at how this turned out. This is our blue Earth shot in 108 megapixels. The details are incredible, right? Well, let's take a closer look. Absolutely breathtaking. Now, at this range, it really gives you perspective on how we are united as one species on one planet. Let's zoom in even closer. Now, from a satellite in space, the Mi 10 series camera captures the terrain in an amazing amount of detail with a 108 megapixel camera. Let's just check out the crispness of the edges in this photo. I also want to point out a few things. This, for example, is the Emi Kosi. It's a dormant volcano in the Sahara, in the country Chad. This is the Oronga crater. This crater has been around for nearly 345 million years. Now, because these pictures were taken with a 108 megapixel with camera, we can keep zooming in on any picture, like this, and clarity remains even after zooming in. Now this camera has outperformed every expectation in photography, offering more detail than ever before. These photos have been incredibly popular since we shared them on our social media channels. So globally, we'll be offering the real images of our Earth in 108 megapixels as wallpapers, downloadable for all Xiaomi fans around the world. Consider this our gift to you. Now, if the camera can do this from a satellite in space, just imagine what it can do in the hands of our Mi fans. Combining all these, it is not hard to see why DxO rated the Mi 10 Pro the world's best smartphone camera. But we've talked about some very big details. How about the tiny ones, the small details? Now, why do we care about small details? Because in my opinion, it is the small details that makes these phones an enduring legend. Now, there is one thing that has been very useful for me while I was preparing for this presentation. The hardware flicker sensor. Have you ever tried to take a photo of a display, a TV screen or a laptop screen, and notice how difficult it is to see anything very clearly? Now, what you'll typically see are black lines across the photo. Why is that? Now, this is because the refresh rate of your display screen and the shutter speed of your camera don't actually match. So we put in a sensor called the hardware flicker sensor to prevent this. Now, this is a photo taken without the hardware flicker sensor of a display. What the sensor does is that it automatically detects the refresh rate and adjusts the shutter speed of the camera for it. I took this photo myself, by the way. This photo is without the hardware flicker sensor. And now this is one shot with the Mi 10 Pro. It's really amazing the difference it makes. And very, very useful when you need to capture information on a display and share it with your friends. This feature is available in both Mi 10 Pro and Mi 10. Now let's take a look at design. Summing up, the Mi 10 series looks and sounds better than ever before. With 90 Hz smooth sync, incredible dual speakers, and gorgeous colors inside and outside. You see, you have seen what the Mi 10's camera can do, but have you heard about our dual speakers? We've had the speakers high-res certified, ensuring amazing audio fidelity. This makes it great for consuming content by yourself or with your friends. But what does that mean? This means true stereo sound, which is sound coming from more than one source. Now, if you were listening to this on your Mi 10, you will hear the sound travel from left to right. Now, I have a visual to demonstrate. You see, by offering high-res stereo audio, we think that this is especially useful for gaming, because you can now hear which direction your enemy is coming from. Now, beyond that, the Mi 10 Pro can also automatically detect which side is left and which is right. So even when you rotate the phone, the system automatically detects orientation and adjusts for you. Again, another small detail. Now, dual speakers are usually only available in flagships. But even in flagships, the difference, again, is in the detail. Mi 10 uses 12/16 speakers. Now, what this means is that the speakers are 12 millimeters by 16 millimeters. Now, I know some of you watching this are doing the math. There is one competitive phone here with a 1310 speaker. I just want to point out to you that 12 times 16 is larger than 13 times 10. So even the largest of our competitors' speakers is smaller than ours. Now, the Mi 10 speakers are also symmetrical. what you see on this chart is that both our speakers are the same size. What this means is you get a more balanced audio experience. You can see that the competitive flagships are not symmetrical, which means that the sound is not going to be as balanced as ours. In fact, because of these, DxOMark for the third time gave us top score in this area. So combining all this, the Mi 10 Pro gives you amazing video, amazing audio, and an amazing camera experience. All three rated #1 at release by DxOMark. Now, the Mi 10 offers a very similar experience. Speaking of tiny details, our front camera is now one of the smallest punch hole displays in the market. It's tiny, tiny, tiny. Now, there are a lot of ways to approach the front camera situation. So, why did we choose our solution? Because user experience is key for us. Now, what do I mean by this? Let me spend some time to explain this. First of all, clearly the solution in the middle, the big notch, is just too big. So let's remove that. But how do you compare a center punch hole, the one used by our competitive flagship model, to a phone with a punch hole on the side? How do you compare the user experience of these two phones? You see, we think about how people often watch and play video games. How people often watch video and play games. You do that by flipping your phone sideways, and the punch hole disappears behind your thumb when you do that. Now with a center punch hole, and I'm going to put the center punch hole here just so you get a sense. You see, the experience will not be quite as complete. So it's always about the details, the small details. In colors too, we've actually made great strides. Both Mi 10 and Mi 10 Pro feature the #1 rated color reproduction and management technology. What does that mean? It means that the colors are the closest you can get to real life. Now, there's actually a measure for this, and it's called delta E. To simplify this, a score under 3 means it's entry-level professional grade. A score closer to 1 means it's closer to real-life colors. Now, Mi 10 Pro offers an amazing delta E of less than 1.1. You can compare this to our competitors, which measures at 2.14. Compared with other flagships, we offer 2.5 times better contrast, equivalent brightness, and much closer to real-life colors. This is very useful for creators and photographers. But really, I think it's for everyone. This includes people who like to buy clothes and makeup online, where the nuances of color is actually very important. But also it's for people like me who just like to have better colors on my phone. Now, speaking of colors, the Mi 10 series comes in some great ones. Here is the Mi 10 Pro in a smooth matte solstice gray. The Mi 10 Pro also comes in a matte alpine white with gold accents. This is actually the one I'm using right now. The matte finish makes it even more grippable and very resistant to fingerprints. And it has a very luxurious sort of look to it. Now that was the Mi 10 Pro. Mi 10 comes in coral green. Coral green is super unique. So when you take it out of your pocket, it's sure to get noticed. It also comes in twilight gray, which features a gloss exterior that really captures light very well. Look at this. So here are the Mi 10 Pro and the Mi 10 in all 4 colors. Should we show them to you live? Okay. My colleague, please. This is the Mi 10 Pro in alpine white and solstice gray. For those at home, this is the time to screenshot. Okay, thank you. And this is Mi10 in coral green and twilight gray. Now, please make sure you check them out in person when the opportunity arises. Thank you. Now, this would not be a flagship without speed. Mi10 is faster, better connected, cooler than cool, and more powerful than ever before. Part of what makes it so incredible is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chipset. It has a unique 1 plus 3 plus 4 architecture with the red core, the high-speed red core, achieving speeds of 2.84 gigahertz. The mid-speed, 3 mid-speed cores, and the efficiency cores, which are in light blue. It has the ability to run smoothly and optimally use power. Also, for our hardcore fans, this uses the latest ARM A77 architecture, unlike some other 5G chipsets that are recently launched in the market, which use one from the previous generation. Overall, it is 25% faster and offers support for the new network technologies, 5G and Wi-Fi 6. Now, AI performance has also doubled since the previous generation. And overall, power efficiency has increased by up to 35%. For the first time ever, this features an updatable GPU drivers on mobile. This is an amazing flagship chipset by Qualcomm and definitely worthy of its flagship status. Now, in order to keep this beast cool, we've added an advanced liquid cool system with multiple layers of graphite that helps to disperse the heat more evenly. Overall, this can reduce device temperature by up to 10.5 degrees Celsius. So this keeps our Mi 10 series fast, cool, and calm, ready for anything. For the first time ever, we are offering LPDDR5 as standard in the Mi 10 series. This is the fastest RAM available in the market today. What this means for the average user is faster performance and increased power efficiency. For storage, we are using up to 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.0, which offers improved speed and power efficiency as well. So all these combined has earned the Mi 10 Pro a top Antutu benchmark score of 602,000 at the time of launch. 602,000. Now, to give you a sense, I remember when we launched Mi 1 on the 16th of August 2011, many, many years ago. Now, back then, we were very proud of hitting an Antutu score of below 10,000. So we've gone from 10,000 to 600,000, 60-fold in 9 short years. It's incredible how far we've come. Now, device speed isn't much use if you're limited by your network speed. On top of 5G, we've included Wi-Fi 6 for the very first time in our phones. Now, this offers max Wi-Fi speeds of nearly 3 times faster. It improves performance in high traffic areas, for example, in a crowded office or in a popular coffee shop. It also allows you to connect to more devices, making it the perfect step for your evolution towards your own smart home. Now, why is Wi-Fi 6 so special? We would like to take a few moments to explain this. It really is because of a few new technologies. Now, the first we're going to introduce is something called orthogonal frequency division multiple access. It's a little bit of a mouthful, so let's call it OFDMA. Now, basically, you can compare this to how a truck does package delivery. In older Wi-Fi standards, this is the graphic at the bottom. One truck can only carry one package to one place, Under Wi-Fi 6, which is the one at the top, one truck can carry multiple packages to multiple places. This means that more data is transmitted in a shorter period of time. Now, secondly, Wi-Fi 6 minimizes Wi-Fi conflicts with neighbors and co-workers. How does it do it? How does it do this, and why is this important? What Wi-Fi 6 does is that it automatically tags your device, each device, with a color, and ignores others. This means that your device doesn't have to spend as much time checking for conflicts, and this frees up time for data transmission. Now, third, more devices can now transmit on a single channel. Now, we have a little bit of a graphic to show you this. You see that? It's like driving on a 5-lane highway versus driving on a single-lane highway. So with all these, Wi-Fi 6 is definitely the new generation of wireless technology. And together, this will give you a faster and better Wi-Fi experience. Now, combining Wi-Fi 6 and 5G will connect our smartphones and our smart homes like never before. It will bring us closer to seamless integration, and you can take your time, and you can create your own AIoT super internet at home. To help you do that, we'll be launching the Mi AIoT router AX3600. This is our first Wi-Fi 6 router, and it will be available to you very, very soon. This router is perfect for AIoT. It has a dedicated AIoT antenna, which is the one in the middle, and Wi-Fi chip, which allows for automatic discovery of IoT devices. Now, it supports one-click configuration, so the user experience is very good. This router can also support up to 248 devices, now versus about 64 devices in most competitive models. It's going to be available at just 119.99 euros, making it, as always, an amazing product at an honest price. Just to give you a sense, other Wi-Fi 6 routers cost 3 times more than this on average. Now, for those of you who want an even better price but are not ready for Wi-Fi 6, we're offering a similar Wi-Fi 5 variant starting at just 49 euros. This is also a great, great product. But back to Mi 10. Let's talk about power. You see, over the course of the last 2 months or so, I've been largely working from home. Now, I think I've participated in probably the world's largest work-from-home experience in the world up until now. Today, unfortunately, a lot of our friends watching this are facing similar circumstances. So I want to share my own experience. What has been very critical for me working from home over these last 2 months is really power. Enough power to last through 8 to 10 hour Zoom calls every single day. But no battery lasts forever. What Mi 10 series can do is that it offers you very, very fast charging speeds. Mi 10 Pro has an amazing 50-watt wired charging. Thank you. Now, this is one of the very fastest charging standards available. What it can do is that you can charge your entire device in just 45 minutes. 45 minutes. That's from 0 to 100%. What this means is that you can fully charge your phone while you're watching one half of a football game. Now, how about the Mi 10? The Mi 10 supports 30 watts wired charging. We're going to do a comparison chart for you in a bit to show you how it compares with other competitive flagship models. But this is already much faster than most other flagships in the market today. And for those of you who prefer wireless charging, which, by the way, wireless charging is a very real use case when you're working from home. 30 watts wireless charging. This is a huge leap forward, not only for us, but the entire industry. What this can do for you is you can go from 0% to 100% battery life in 65 minutes. 65 minutes. So this means you can fully charge your phone in the time you are having lunch between your Zoom call meetings. It's an amazing experience. Now, of course, we also believe in sharing. So we've included reverse wireless charging. This reverse wireless charging can be used to charge your own accessories, like your headphones, your mouse, but it can also be used to charge your friends' smartphones. Now you pair that with a 4,500 to 4,780 milliamps battery, and really what you have is one of the best flagship available for working from home. Now to make this better, unlike our competitors, we didn't even cut corners with our inbox charger. We've included a 65-watt charger for your Mi 10 Pro. Now this is a great charger for not just your phone, but your laptop and your gaming portables. So you can see both Mi 10 and Mi 10 Pro in this chart offer better wired charging, better wireless charging, a better inbox charger, by quite a long shot. If you look at competitor products, Mi 10 and Mi 10 Pro are really beating them here by quite a large margin. So no compromises. This is the best flagship experience when you're working from home. Now this is the insight of one of the best flagships in the market today. The best video, camera, and audio experience. It carries Snapdragon 865 with Wi-Fi 6 and 5G connectivity. It has the fastest wireless charging, wired charging, and a 65 inbox charger to bring you the best work-from-home flagship experience. But that is not all. Like I said just now, there are always some details to amaze you with our Xiaomi products. Now in the Mi 10 series specifically, I want to share something that I personally love. You see, because we have added the X-axis linear vibration model, this phone has a very sophisticated vibration when you type long emails and when you game. The haptic feedback is amazing. We've spent a lot of effort to tune this to give you the best experience when you're typing on your phone. This is one of the best experiences I've had on a flagship phone ever in terms of typing. So I hope you can find more details like this in your Mi 10 series when you get one in your hands. To sum up, let's take a video to see what the Mi 10 series is all about.
Xiaomi.
The Mi 10 Pro has achieved the triple crown on DxO Mark rankings. Number 1 in video, number 1 for camera, and number 1 in audio. Now this is a huge achievement for us, and something we've been working and pursuing over the last few years. But we will not stop here. We will stay dedicated to constantly improving products for you, our users. Last, let's talk about sales and availability. Taking a look at their core specs side by side, you see both Mi 10 and Mi 10 Pro feature a 108 megapixel quad camera with identical primary sensors. Now the Mi 10 Pro features a slight upgrade, a telephoto sensor, but both still offer an amazing photography and video experience. Mi 10 Pro offers better charging, but Mi 10 features a slightly larger battery. Now I want to explain this. This is because of limited physical space. When we increase charging speed, we are forced to slightly reduce battery size. So what our engineers have done is to give you the best charging experience in Mi 10 Pro while keeping an impressive 4,500 milliamp battery. And let's compare them with all the other premium flagships in the market today. What we've done is to check off where we are similar or better in terms of specs. Now, what you can clearly see here is that Mi 10 and Mi 10 Pro holds up and beats competitor devices that price at up to 1,400 euros. Now, the competitive models fall behind in many areas, such as camera, charging, inbox charger, so on and so forth. So considering all of that, our prices will start at 799 euros and 999 euros for Mi 10 Pro. These are the best prices you'll find for devices of this caliber in the market today. We made it our goal to make Mi 10 series as accessible as possible. Hi everyone. A very warm welcome to all our fans, our partners, and our friends in the media joining us on the live stream today. My name is Shou, and I'm the President of International at Xiaomi. Today, we'll be introducing some great products for you. But before we do that, I would like to make a few remarks on the recent circumstances. Ladies and gentlemen, these are extraordinary times. Xiaomi has friends and family all around the world. Our thoughts and our prayers are with everyone dealing with the pandemic today. Now, in these special times, I want to say that there is strength in solidarity. We are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, and flowers of the same garden. This is a quote by Seneca that we sent with our first shipment of masks to Italy. Now, we were the very first to respond to the rising needs in Italy, sending a very large shipment of masks on the 5th of March. We continued this effort, sending shipments to France and to Spain in the last couple of weeks. In Spain, these masks were received on the 18th of March and distributed to hospitals on the very same day. In France, the masks were donated to Pasteur Institute, and who are working towards a cure and organizing supply distribution. You see, when our friends are in need, there is no time to lose. We are glad that our gesture has actually inspired other companies to come out and donate. We really hope that more will do the same. More than anything, it's made us very happy to see that what we're doing is actually helping our friends. Now, thank you very much for the kind words. Please don't mention it. We consider it our duty to help. We're working very hard to get these masks to even more people around the world, and as soon as possible. Because together, we can overcome this. Now, we will not stop here. Today, Xiaomi pledges to donate 1 million masks across Europe in the shortest time frame possible. A lot of our supply is already ready and it's on its way to its destination. Now, because the virus can affect us, but we cannot let the virus defeat us. You see, without our fans, there is no Xiaomi. We have grown because of you. In fact, it was only 6 years ago that we entered the global stage. And today, we've entered more than 90 markets around the world with a top 5 smartphone market share in 45 of these markets. Now, incredibly, as of the third quarter of 2019, our overseas revenue was nearly half of Xiaomi's total revenue. Now, combining just the first 3 quarters of 2019, our revenue across overseas markets is already very, very close to $10 billion US. We should successfully cross the $10 billion mark when our Q4 results, our full year results, are announced very shortly. Now, we've achieved all these through dedication to innovation over the years. And we will continue to focus on innovation and are planning a $7 billion investment into 5G and AIoT technologies over the next 5 years. As some of you may know, Xiaomi has been active in 5G R&D for quite some time now. Now, this came to fruition last year when we launched our Mi Mix 3 5G, the world's first commercially available 5G smartphone in Spain, Barcelona in February. Now today, I am very
Xiaomi.
I'm not a man to start a problem, but I ain't gonna miss a shot. I'm not a man who backs down often. I'll tell you all the things I'm not. Out of the darkness and into the fire. Out of the darkness and into the fire. Yesterday's waiting into the hands of fate, while destiny waits in the fire. Il me semble que ce matin le soleil, la fin de l'insouciance. Il me semble que ce matin le ciel voudrait prolonger l'essence. Tu ris et tu joues avec un éventail de pichons de la fin de l'été. Tu t'impatientes déjà de la rentrée. Il me semble jusqu'à l'été prochain.
infinite possibilities. Where will your next adventure take you? Perhaps you find yourself taking your own path. You choose this path, not because it will lead somewhere, but for the feeling of excitement, uncertainty, exploration. Challenge the impossible to make the future possible. Introducing Mi Mix Alpha, surround display 5G concept smartphone, delivering a true bezel-less experience with its 4D surrounding curved display. Explore a future without limits. Mi Mix Alpha, surround display 5G concept smartphone. Xiaomi.
I'm not a man to start a problem, but I ain't gonna miss a shot. I'm not a man who backs down often. I'll tell you all the things I'm not. Out of the darkness and into the fire. Out of the darkness and into the fire. Yesterday's waiting into the hands of fate, while destiny waits into the fire. Il me semble que ce matin le soleil, la fin de l'insouciance. Il me semble que ce matin le ciel voudrait prolonger l'essence. Tu ris et tu joues avec un éventail te fichant de la fin de l'été. Tu t'impatientes déjà de la rentrée. Il me semble jusqu'à l'été prochain.
of infinite possibilities. Where will your next adventure take you? Perhaps you find yourself taking your own path. You choose this path, not because it will lead somewhere, but for the feeling of excitement, uncertainty, exploration. Challenge the impossible to make the future possible. Introducing Mi Mix Alpha, surround display 5G concept smartphone, delivering a true bezel-less experience with its 4D surrounding curved display. Explore a future without limits. Mi Mix Alpha, surround display 5G concept smartphone. Xiaomi.
Hello everyone, this is Manu here from Xiaomi. A big warm welcome to all our Mi fans, our media colleagues and everyone who is watching us live right now. I hope all of you guys are at home and are completely safe. Last 40 days have been very tough for everyone, including everyone at Xiaomi India and our extended team members. We have used these 40 days to help the country fight COVID-19. Let me just tell you a little bit about what we have been doing. As COVID-19 started, we pledged 15 crore rupees to help fight this disease in the country. We are donating 10 crore rupees to Honorable Prime Minister's CARES Relief Fund. We are also giving money to various Chief Ministers Relief Fund. You will be proud to know that more than 500 Xiaomi India team members have come together, have pooled few crore rupees that we are also donating to Honorable Prime Minister's CARES Relief